Hey everybody, it is Money Making Mama here, and we're going to do a what sold last month. So this is sales on eBay. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for these items and what they sold for. I'm also going to let you know where I got them. If you're not familiar with my channel, I will have a lot of items that were purchased from Dirt Cheap. It is a local store that I source from pretty regularly. I also do garage sales. Mostly it is a lot of retail arbitrage from Dirt Cheap. So with that, let's get started. So the first item that sold was these headbands. They're actually Ninja Red Bull headbands. I don't know who this person is, but they sold for $24.99 and I got them from Dirt Cheap and I paid 10 cents each. Next up is these slime toys. They are I had a variety of them. As you can tell, there were 4 that have sold so far. I don't have any more of this particular brand available, but they were 10 cents each and I got them from Dirt Cheap. Next, this appears to be a airbrush cleaning system. I think it has something to do with art, possibly. I'm really not sure. I did buy them from Dirt Cheap. They were less than $1 each, but I did lot them up and the entire set sold for $90. And you can see it's an airbrush cleaning station. All right. Next, these are from Dirt Cheap also. They are sold for $21.99 and I paid $1.25 each. This is just a brand. You can pretty much find it anywhere. I'm not quite sure. Looks like it's a facial mist. It's a facial mist. There you go. Next, we have this toner. So toners are really a good bolo to look for, especially ink and toner that is no longer produced. Even if it is expired, people will still buy them. Just make sure you disclose those things. This one was sold for $59.99. I did get this actually at a garage sale and I paid $2 for it. Next is a it's an Apple Lightning adapter. And it's basically one of those you can plug one into your phone or iPad, I guess, and then there's an HDMI on the other end. This sold for $19.99, but I bought it for $5, and I actually got it from a pallet store where you go and everything is one price. I went on the first day. The first day was the $5 day, and that's where I got this. So I paid $5 and sold it for $19.99. Next up, you'll see throughout this video quite a few of these. So as you can tell, like here, Icing or Claire's is the brand, and I did get all of the Icing and Claire's items from Dirt Cheap. So the way that this works in their store is they will put all of the seasonal items, so it could be any holiday, and they'll just dump everything in there. And it's a lot of accessory items from Claire's, so it could be makeup or jewelry or dress up items, and you'll see throughout the video. So if you wait until they get all the way down to the lowest amount, these were actually only 10 cents each. So 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 items in here total, so that would be a total of 40 cents for this lot, and it sold for $24.99. Next were these 3 glitter hairspray. So these are colored. It's a violet glitter that sprays in your hair. I did get these for 50 cents each from Dirt Cheap, and they sold for $13.99. As you can tell here, I have sold 5 sets of these, and each set sold for $13.99. Next up, here is the an interesting find. If you can tell, I'll zoom in. There are 5 figures in the box. However, there is a figure missing, so there's supposed to be 6. Actually got this from the pallet store on the $5 day. The pallet store, it's not really even in my state. It's actually one state over in Mississippi. The pallet store does have all items for $5 on the first day. The second day it's down to $4, and it goes down $1 each day until it's down to $1. So I paid $5. There was one figure missing, and it sold for $89.99. Here's a little shirt, Nashville Predators. I don't even know what team this is. I mean, what sport this is. I have no idea. It was 10 cents from Dirt Cheap, and it sold for $7.49. This is kind of an interesting find. It is a talking Christmas card with Donald Trump. You open it up, and it says it's his voice wishing you a Merry Christmas. I did get an entire lot of these. They were 10 cents each, and I got them from Dirt Cheap. This one sold for $10.99. Next up here is, these are refills for the Febreze Air Mist, fabric and air mist, and they were actually on clearance at Dirt Cheap. They started off at $3. I ended up getting them for $2. There are, let me see how many, 28 in this particular lot. So I paid $2 each. There are 28 of them, and they sold for $249.99. That's a great investment. Next up, here is, these are lotted up. I don't know where you guys are located, but in my area, we don't have Rite Aid anymore. So when Rite Aid was going out of business, Dirt Cheap did purchase a lot of items from the closing inventory from Rite Aid. So we ended up with seeing a lot of these type of things. So vitamins, medication, just things that you'd normally find in a pharmacy style that are Rite Aid brand ended up at Dirt Cheap. So I paid 10 cents each. That's 30 cents for the whole lot, and it was $15.99 is what it sold for. Duct tape. Duct tape was also purchased at Dirt Cheap. They were 25 cents each. I sold the set of 2 for $10. Here's another set of Claire's accessories. So this is 10 cents each, and this is one entire set. I just kind of separated them to take the photograph so you can see that it's a tail, the headband, and the little paws too. So that sold for $9.99. Next up we have these are Target brand underwear. They are new. They did have a clearance. It's basically just a lot of underwear, bras, pantyhose, socks that they would put into a bin at Dirt Cheap. And I think these were like 8 for $1. So that's about what they were. And this particular lot was 22 is what it sold for. Next up here is, this is kind of cool. It is there's some very small mini flask, but they're decorated Christmas theme. They did come from the Rite Aid buyout that Dirt Cheap did. So I paid 25 cents each. So that's 75 cents was my investment. And they sold for $23.99 plus shipping. And I definitely put ugly Christmas sweater in the title, thinking that this would be perfect for an ugly Christmas sweater party. All right, so next here is 3 projectors that all sold to one person. They sold for $129.99, and these were donated to me. So fun fact, I do have a real job. I work at a school as a media director, and these were donated to us to sell for one of our clubs on campus. So the profits went to them. But $129.99. We did sell all three. It is a projector that is used, and it just shows you that that type of market is out there. People do want these types of things. Next, we have some Spanx. Spanx were purchased at Dirt Cheap. They are always going to be a hot item just because of the brand, mostly bread and butter, unless you find something truly unique or, desirable. But even just these traditional Spanx power shorts, which the packaging, as you can tell, is not even really the best. People just do want them for the brand because it's a product that works. So I paid $1 for these, and they sold for $19.97. Next, we have another one of the ugly Christmas sweater mugs. This one was just a single. It's a coffee mug with the lid. Super, super cute. I paid $1, maybe a little bit less than $1, and it sold for $14.99. Next, we have another Claire's item. There are two in here. The little skeleton hand barrettes with the set of nails. They were 10 cents each, so 20 cents invested, and they sold for $13.49. Next, we have this LOL doll dress. I marketed it more like a costume. It was a thicker type of material. So I did sell 8 of these over the course of, 4 or 5 weeks, I guess. They each sold for $23.97. So I sold 8 for $23.97 each. And the investment was only 80 cents. Next, we have this Lift Master keyless entry. It's for your garage. I got this from a garage sale. It was $1, and it sold for $24.99. More Claire's items, the lashes, the earrings, and the nails. So that's a total of 30 cents invested, and it sold for $14.99. So here is a Funko Pop t-shirt and doll together. I have sold multiple of these. If you've watched other what sold videos, you would see these on there. It does say that it's only 2 that sold, but I would list 2 once they sell, list 2 more once they sell, list 2 more. I think I have 8. I don't know, 8 or 9 maybe total sold. I don't have any more, but as you can see, the target price was $24.99, and I sold them for $69.97. That's kind of the average. I did take a few offers on some of those. For this particular item, when you go to Dirt Cheap, the original discount that they give you is like 30 or 40%. Then eventually you just keep watching and it gets lower and lower until it's all the way down to 95%. This was definitely at the beginning of their markdown process. So this would have been like, 30 or 40% off. And then maybe with a discount or something like that. There's all kind of ways to save money at Dirt Cheap. I usually don't pay up quite as much as like $12. However, being able to make the $69 and knowing that they were popular with everything going on with Britney lately, they sold really fast. So it was worth it for me as far as that investment goes. Next, we sold another toner cartridge. Again, it was $1 at a garage sale, and it sold for $19.99. These shoes, Saucony, it's a running shoe. It's a popular brand, even if they're used. These came from my son. They are definitely secondhand. He just donated them to me, so I had no investment in them, and they sold for $22.99. Next, we have a few more Claire's items. This was the St. Patrick holiday, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 items, 10 cents each. I had 50 cents invested, and it sold for $24.99. All right, and our last sale of the month was a 15-inch plush item from Great Wolf Lodge. So this little guy was $2. He sold for $24.99. I did sell 3 of them, and he is one of many plush items that I got from Great Wolf Lodge. And he did come from Dirt Cheap. There was a buyout. Dirt Cheap bought out a lot of items from them, and that is how I ended up with him. So I can tell you, If you don't have a dirt cheap in your area, I mean, you're really missing out because it's a great place to source. But other than that, you do have opportunity out there. If you feel like you are ready to make a living selling on eBay, you can do it. You really can. There's lots of YouTubers out there you can follow. The best advice I can give you is watch as many what sold videos as you can, because that's where you kind of find and see what is selling for other people. Every month there's more that I have sold, and every week I learn new things. So stay focused and get as much knowledge as you can and go out there and make that money. See you next time.